Ding! Sudden Sky.
Shalom, it's me, Sudden Sky, and welcome to the final part of Mega Man. In this part, you want to watch out for falling into the pits. It's pretty easy to fall in it, especially when these smiling guys are smacking you around. Sort of reminds me of when I was playing Yoshi's Island, when Kamek, the Magic Koopa, was flying and it hit the stork and he's flying around like an idiot. Anyway, I didn't really explain Cutman very well the first time we fought him. What you want to do is shoot him, he'll throw his Cutman power, and then you want to jump over that, and when he runs towards you, he'll jump over you, and then you want to rinse and repeat. Have you seen the box art of Mega Man? Seriously, it is terrible. I mean, they obviously got a person who didn't know who Mega Man was, but they also knew what he looked like, so someone had to describe him to it. Describe Mega Man to the person. But why'd they make him part yellow? And why'd they give him a gun to hold? You know, if they gave me a chance to do the box art for Mega Man, I'd do it way differently. For Elecman, he's pretty easy. Just if you don't want to get hit by the electricity, just walk into his body and just shoot the Cutman powers. The scissors. The rolling cutter. Yeah. Why should I have to remember the names of the powers? They just give us letters. You can't complain to me about me not remembering powers when they just give me letters. And you might not want to waste the Elecman's power, the Thunder Beam, in this part, because for this boss, I really like to use the Thunder Beam. There are many different ways of destroying this next boss. I've seen some people fight him with the Fireman's power, but I like to use Elecman's power. You see the advantage of the Thunder Beam is it causes the slowdown. And this boss is a really fast guy, if you know what I mean. No, he's really not that fast. In fact, you're about the same speed. And in case you didn't guess who he was already, well, you're gonna have to wait. But I want to save the Elecman's power for this, because I find it a lot easier to use it. And I've even seen people use the Mega Buster on this guy, or the Power Buster. So what has Dr. Wily concocted for us today? It's a cloning machine. Yes, we're gonna have to fight ourselves. And he'll use any power that you use. If you switch to Elecman's power, he'll use Elecman. If you switch to Cutman, he'll use Cutman. I call this one the Mega Man. And it's just much easier to use Elecman's power because of all the slowdown. It gives you a chance to dodge his attack, and yeah, it makes it a lot easier when he's on the other side of the screen because there's a longer range and it gives you more of a chance to dodge it. There are a few chances where you can dodge it. And I just love Elecman's power. It's so... it's like wiggling around like some sort of worm, which makes it like a giant shot. Which makes it really hard to miss. It's just great. But as long as I have my points, that's all that matters to me. Just saying. This stage is sort of like a pipe system. I make a few weird dodges here and there. They're all accidental though. I mean, they're on purpose. Yes. I love it when I make some accidental dodges in Mega Man games. They just give you a good feeling every time you do it. You feel like a Mega Man expert. For the longest time, I thought Mega Man was spelt without a space in it, so it's like Mega Man, and not Mega Space Man. Well, I know now that there's a space, so it's all good. In this part, the water is gonna start pushing you faster, so you just want to keep shooting out. Don't jump, because your jump is faster than your run. And when you get to these exploding guys, if you jump, you're gonna get hit. Like that. It's just easier to not make it difficult and just run and shoot. And in this part, don't use any power. Well, that's my suggestion, because I make a stupid move here. I just use Electman's power and just ruin everything. And I just made my life a lot harder than it had to be, I mean. Just and if you destroy the blocks, you can't use them again if you lose your life. Unless you use continue, then they'll respawn. But you know, just make your life a lot easier, and just don't use any of the blocks because they're very limited. And I don't know what the name of this boss is. I remember it being like, the name was given in the remake of Mega Man. It was something like C-4862, something like that. It's a very stupid name. But it's a bubble. And the more you destroy it and it respawns, the faster it becomes and the harder it becomes. You want to save the last few blocks for the fastest rounds. But I usually end up saving more blocks than I have to, because the blocks are his weakness. Hence the blocks that are in the middle of the room. Which is why Dr. Wily needs to remember to clean up his boss rooms. Ugh. Stupid decisions like that are gonna kill you, Dr. Wily. Hey, look at Mega Man. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. It looks like a teapot. And for this one, you want to just jump right into the spikes and die. And then you get a life, and then you go on with the stage. If you want to actually beat it. So here we're gonna have to go through a boss rush, so you want to save all the powers that you can. Except for the Electman's weakness and Cutman's weakness, you could use those. We're not gonna fight those guys a third time. So you could waste your Guts block power as much as you want. What's this? Gutsman statues? Suspicious. Seeing a little favoritism in the robot world, I see, Dr. Wily. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. But yeah, that's kind of weird, and you'll be seeing a lot more of that weirdness in later Mega Man games. For this, you want to... I use the Magnet Beam because I'm very impatient. But things like that are gonna kill you in Mega Man games. But not in this case. And that thing right there to the right of the life, I do a little edit here because it takes too long. And that thing to the right of the life, I think it's called a Wasichi or something weird like that. Suchichi. But this is one of the only times that it ever shows up in a Mega Man game ever. Well, in the 8th, like, it shows up again in Mega Man 10. That much I know, but it never. This is the only time they ever use it in the 90s, or yeah, Mega Man was made in the 90s, right? That's what I'm assuming. But here, this is what really gets me off my feet. The fireman part of this boss rush is extremely hard, which it's usually what always weakens me up, and then Gutsman is what finishes me off. For Fireman, for some reason he shoots twice. Like he shoots as you shoot, and then he shoots like a second after, which makes him really weird like that. But for Gutsman, that's the bomb. In case you're wondering, I also used it in the bubbles, the bubble bosses room, and I'm jumping for joy because I had to do that so many times. But it takes a while for the bomb to blow up, so you want to time your hits. Yeah. For this part, we're going to fight Dr. Wily himself. Yes, and his weakness is fire. And he's pretty easy. Oh, viewers, why didn't you remind me? The Wasichi, or whatever it's called, it refills all your power and your energy all the way to the top. So I guess you don't have to save it as much. There are two forms of this boss. Yeah, the second form is weak to the Thunder Beam. And you just have to dodge his spinning projectiles. Those can be a little weird to dodge, but if you time it right, then you'll surely get it. Like I do here. Boom! Dr. Wily is finished. We finally beat Mega Man. And it wasn't really that hard. The sequel's much harder. And he'll never do this again. We'll let you off with a warning. But all I care about now is all those points. Wow. Tasty points. Those will surely help me later. Mega Man has ended the evil domination of Dr. Wily and restored the world to peace. However, the never-ending battle continues until all destructive forces are defeated. Fight, Mega Man, for everlasting peace! Yes. The ending theme that you heard, like, in the beginning, that's going to be the intro music to the sequel. The planner AK-47. Even though, isn't the creator of the game Keiji Inafune or something like that? Tom Pond. This has been a fun game. It's not extremely hard. I still think that the second game is harder. And Mega Man runs off into the sunset. Well, he's not Mega Man anymore. His name is Rock in this form. Because he is the lab assistant. HMD, that's the thing that Beautiful Joey uses. You know, Henshin a Go-Go. Well, I really like this game. I think it's my second favorite game, Yuki-chan's Papa. Well, okay. The only sprites of Dr. Roll and Dr. Light and Roll. Yeah, this has been a really fun game. I really suggest playing this if you want a really short game. It's a really short game, and if you know what you're doing, of course, which I do, obviously. And I've enjoyed this Let's Play through and through. See you guys next time when I do some other game. See ya.